Welcome diecast fans, I'm Tom Spanners Watson.
And I'm Frank the Geary Gibbs.
And welcome to the very special members edition of the JDM Rundown 2022.
And a big thanks to HawThenSung and Rubber Tow for providing these custom cars.
We are running our normal points, but this time, if a driver falls through the bridge and still manages to cross the finish line, we'll let them take the place they finish in.
We've got Team Monster Motorsport up first, and driving the Skyline 2000, we've got Jim Bob. Then in the green GTR 34, we've got young Cade from NZ Racing. Then Lone Star in the other Skyline 2000. And finally, Marcus Firegon driving the S13.
So these drivers are going to race 4 at a time. Top 2 drivers will be moving on to the next round for next week. All right, let's get into some racing. First up, we've got Jim Bob and Marcus Firegon on the front row, young Cade and Lone Star in the back. And Jim Bob with a good jump out of the gate here. He'll come out of KM corner with the lead. Marcus Firegon right on his tail though. A huge big jump there from young Cade. But Jim Bob secures the first win. Young Cade second. And it looks like Marcus Firegon needed an emergency kebab there.
And not quite sure what happened with Lone Star. Let's go back through the replay. Just a massive amount of air from young Cade. But look at Lone Star in the back there getting all flippity flipped. And then you got Marcus Firegon getting a bit of a drift on through Kahuna corner as well.
Lone Star with a very interesting technique coming across the bridge, gets a full 360 in the air, but Marcus Firegon with a nice little drift there, unfortunately couldn't quite keep the exit tidy, but it didn't matter, he still picks up 3rd place.
But Jim Bob in that grey Skyline's going to be one to watch if he's quick like that through the whole tournament.
Drivers rotate around as we go to race number 2. This time we've got Lone Star and Marcus Firegon in the front row. And is Lone Star going to keep it together? No, he's out on the sidewall. Huge big accident. Young Cade goes down by the look of it. And there goes Jim Bob around the outside of Marcus Firegon right at the end.
Lone Star seems to be making a right mess of this and unfortunately took down young Cade this time. Let's have a look at what happened. So Lone Star gets out on the side. Oh no, and even young Cade got out on that sidewall. And then there was a gnarly tangle up as they hit the bridge. And look at young Cade there getting flipped all around. Now if you watch the 2 cars out in front, you got Jim Bob with quite a bit of distance to make up. But check this out, as they hit the final straight, he pulls to the inside and just whips right around Marcus Firegon. What a stunning piece of driving.
Looks like Marcus zigged when he should have zagged there, and that just allows Jim Bob to secure a second win, and this time from the back row.
While not impossible, he is going to be tough to beat with a lead like that.
Race number 3, and it's Lone Star's last chance in the front row. Can he make something of it this time, or is young Cade going to get around him? They're pretty even. Young Cade trying to get up the inside, he can't do it. Lone Star finally gets out in front, takes the win. Young Cade second, Marcus Firegon 3rd, and Jim Bob 4th.
And a surprisingly clean race after the last couple.
That means Jim Bob will definitely be going through, but who's going to be joining him? Will it be Lone Star, young Cade, or Marcus Firegon?
Based on Lone Star's performance up to now, I've got to back either young Cade or Marcus Firegon, to be honest.
Jim Bob hangs his rear end out. He goes nose over Cade with a stunning overtake through Kahuna corner up on 2 wheels, and Jim Bob takes 2nd place, and it looks like Marcus Firegon crawling across for 3rd, and unfortunately Lone Star's DNF'd again.
Definitely not Lone Star's strongest performance at the Canyon, but what was Jim Bob doing? He's obviously just celebrating with a cartwheel, but you're right, young Cade, what a brilliant piece of driving from the young Kiwi.
That was the most controlled 2-wheel drive around Kahuna corner I think I've ever seen. Let's have another look at it from Kahuna cam.
You see Jim Bob going nose heavy there, but watch young Cade in the green R34. Look at that move. He just gets up on 2 wheels so he can drive around the inside of Jim Bob. That was brilliant.
He almost got a bit of a drift on there as well while he's up on 2 wheels. That is crazy. But that also secures him 2nd place. So that means Jim Bob and young Cade will be moving through to the head-to-head battle next week.
While we get set up for Team HawThenSung, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
A real range of driving there from Monster Motorsport last time. How will HawThenSung go this time?
Driving for Team HawThenSung in the AE86, we've got Leon James. Then we've got Brandon Fitz in the Mazda RX-7. Driving the Nissan Leaf Nismo, we've got Matty Brewer. And finally, Nux driving the Honda Acura.
So quite a range of JDM cars there. Let's see how they go. All right, we've got Leon James and Nux in the front row, Brandon Fitz and Matty Brewer in the back. And it looks like Nux is going to lead them into KM corner. But Leon James with a sneaky overtake through the inside, but around goes Nux again. He takes the lead back beautifully, doesn't take out the driver, but takes the position. But something's happened to Brandon Fitz.
A phenomenal drive from Nux to take the win, but look at Brandon Fitz here. He just nosed in a lot like Jim Bob did in the last race.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to recover from a heavy nose landing like that, but what a drive from Nux up front. Let's have another look at that from Kahuna cam.
It was such a clean overtake. He obviously didn't like that Leon James snaked him through KM corner, but what a manoeuvre there. Not only was it a great piece of driving, but really good driver's etiquette as well.
So Nux on 6, Leon James 4, Matty Brewer 2, and Brandon Fitz yet to score. The drivers rotated around. We've got Matty Brewer and Nux in the front row this time. This should be an interesting battle. That Leaf Nismo is definitely quick with that electric motor, able to get the power to the wheels immediately, but Nux isn't going to let it go without a fight. Unfortunately, just clips the sidewall. That slows him down a touch, and Leon James pulls in for an urgent kebab as well.
I think it was a great idea of mine to have a drive-through kebab stand right at the finish line like that.
And Brandon Fitz backing over the bridge there. That's because he spun out coming down the dipper. He was lucky he stayed on the bridge, but still doesn't cross the finish line, doesn't get any points.
He should have tried falling through the gap and then racing to the finish line. That was really his only chance there.
So Nux still out in front, but a slim lead over Matty Brewer, and not far behind him, Leon James. The drivers rotate around for race number 3. Matty Brewer and Brandon Fitz in the front row this time. Fitz looking for some points, but Brewer not going to give it up easy. The drivers bunch up through Kahuna Corner, and here goes Nux around the outside to take second place from the back row.
Brandon Fitz playing dirty there against Matty Brewer, trying to knock him off track. Both drivers kept it together, but look at Nux again and that Acura taking the inside line, and he slips in from 4th place as he comes over the jump to take 2nd.
That is some very clean driving from Nux. Again, not taking out any drivers, unlike what Brandon Fitz was trying to do. He just worries about his own line and takes it to the finish line.
So going to the scoreboard, that means Nux is now on 14, Matty Brewer 10, the other 2 drivers a little bit further back, but it's still anybody's chance for that 2nd spot.
And the 2 points leaders in the back row this time, but we know that doesn't slow Nux down. Oh, although he did hit the wall by the look of it. Fitz with the lead, but here comes Matty Brewer up the inside, just like Nux did to him in the last race, and he will secure the top spot.
Fitzy going a bit sideways, that slows him down enough for Brewer to catch up. Brewer gets the nose of his car up the inside and then hits the accelerator pedal, and that electric motor just fires up and he jumps into the lead. What a great bit of driving.
These drivers have put on some excellent overtaking displays tonight. Some very clean drives, not just taking people out. That's what we want to see.
Well, it might be what you want to see, but I want to see some carnage.
Oh, of course you do.
Well, you normally only have a bad accident when you're pushing things right to the limit and you just lose control for that split second.
Mostly true, although we do seem to have our fair share of bad drivers as well.
But not these 4. They put on a great driving display and they'll be moving through to the next round next week.
Congratulations to both Jim Bob and Young Cade for Team Monster Motorsport. You'll be moving through. And of course, congratulations to Matty Brewer and Nux for Team HawThenSung.
I think that Leaf is looking really dangerous. That electric motor obviously got a ton of power and he's not afraid to use it.
Hopefully you've enjoyed the racing today. If you have, leave us a comment and hit that like button. And if you haven't already, we'd really appreciate it if you subscribed as well. All right, that's enough from us tonight. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Tom Spanners Watson. He's Frank the Guru Gibbs. We look forward to seeing you next time.